Hello everybody, Melissa here. Hi, I'm in the corner now. This is new right here. I have it for Art Hang Party, but I thought I would do it for this art chat and see how that feels. So far, so awkward. Hello and welcome to not just March's art chat, but a bit of a catch up from February's art chat. I didn't do one in February because come the end of the month I was in Japan. So we will catch up. These videos are where I do a review of everything that I make in the month, not just to share it with you, but also for my own personal memory's sake. It's always nice looking back to see everything that happened in my sketchbooks and outside of my sketchbooks, because I often forget. So I also have a substack where I put out a weekly post where I share everything, and I think as my memory fails, as I continue to get older, I will be very happy that I'm doing this. And I hope you enjoy it as well. It's like a sketchbook tour on steroids. Think of it like that. So I have everything here, and we will start from the 1st of February and work our way to today. And today is March 30th, so I will catch up on tomorrow next month. But my dryer just finished. Sorry about the loud beep if you heard that, but if not, I will edit it out. Okay, the 1st of February, I got a new camera. I'm all about the toy cameras. I just did an unboxing review of another one that we'll take a look at later in the video, but this is the Lomography Action Sampler camera, and I bought this so that I could take it to Japan with me and get some really fun photos. And unfortunately, I didn't finish the roll of film that I had in there, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit to see the results of that, but I did drop off all my other film, so I'll pick that up in a couple of days. Anyway, the Action Sampler camera from Lomography takes 4 frames within 1 second on the same slice of film. So when you get your film developed on the picture, there's 4 pictures on there. And then what you can do, because it's all within 1 second of each other, it's like a little mini animation, like a 4-frame animation. So we'll see if I was successful in any of my attempts to make that. But we'll have to wait just a little bit for that. On the 2nd of February, what did I do in here? I did a version of my grandma's garden. This was done in 20 strokes with watercolor. And this is actually a really fun exercise, and perhaps something we should do at Art Hang Party one time, where you're really intentional with your brush marks and try to use as few as possible. There is a video that perhaps, if I can find it, I will link it below, that talks about the process of a 40-stroke painting, but I did this one in 20, and it perfectly captures my grandma's garden. Very fun. And this is in a sketchbook that I made for myself with some watercolor paper and just chipboard cover, some tape, and a lot of Mod Podge to glue the binding together. And I only have 1 spread left in here, so I really should finish this up so that we can do a tour of it. I love this sketchbook, and I also will try to remember that I need to make a new one and that perhaps we should do that together. That's all I did in this sketchbook. On the 2nd of February, I joined Hippo Makes Things. Hippo Tro de Fate here on YouTube does a weekly live stream every Sunday at, I believe it's 6 p.m. France time. She is in France, and her theme was shoes. That's all I did, just 4. It's at noon my time, so it's like either we're just heading out for a walk before lunchtime or it's lunchtime. So this one I used the Pilot Parallel pen, nice and juicy to get all of those shadowy swipes of my finger. On the 3rd of, I want to say, I keep wanting to say like December or November, February, I decorated the cover of my sketchbook with my cute cat in it. So I have, for the last 3 or 4 sketchbooks, this is the Talon's Art Creations sketchbook. I tape off the corners and then I gesso the background. And I gessoed this one with really pretty green color. And then I used Neocolor 2s on top to draw my cat. And it's very cute. I think I love decorating sketchbooks like this. I used to cover them in stickers, but now I'm all about using it as a surface for art. Also on the 3rd, in my objects and other things and whatnot sketchbook, this is a Muji sketchbook. These are great, and I think once this sketchbook is done, I have another one of these in reserve. I might actually use it as my go-to. I just drew Ray's drink. That's it. Nice and simple. This sketchbook is just something that I pick up from time to time and just draw really simple things, and it's inspired by David Hockney's sketchbook, which is cool. Also on the 3rd of February, I drew a little portrait of our friend Debbie Draws Funny and have since sent it to her. On the 4th, I've got a couple of things I did on the 4th. I will grab this guy first. Oh yes, I went to pick out my new glasses. Yes, it feels very nice to have proper vision again. Got lots of shadows happening from my glasses, but whatever. And I took my little sketchbook and I drew on the bus on the way there. It's like an hour to get there, so very nice. Using the Pentel, using the Pilot Parallel pen again. And then I stopped at Muji. I got a little sketchbook and I got a pencil. I got this little chubby mechanical pencil that has, I think it's a 2mm HB lead in it. So I'm excited to use up all of this lead, which is going to take forever because it is very hard. But then I can get softer lead. I think the softest I saw for this was like an 8B, which would be really nice. But yeah. And then these are some people I sketched on the way home on the subway. Very nice. I must have been really reminiscing about my grandma during these couple of days here in the beginning of February. Because this is also, sorry, my microphone is right here, so I'm just trying not to knock it because that's loud. This is also my grandma's garden, and I used the same paint that I used for the background of this cover, and I just used Neocolors on top. I love painting my this picture of my grandma's garden is, I think, if anything is my muse, this picture is my muse. I just want to live in there. I want to live in my grandma's garden. This here is from a scribble. Oh, I know what happened. I know why I did that. So Sophie McPike, here on YouTube and Patreon and Instagram, Sophie McPike, you know her, you love her. She does the Scribble Brigade. And this theme for this session was combining emojis. So she would find she found a website that randomly picked 3 emojis, and then you had to turn that into something, which requires a lot of imagination, brain power, which I don't have. I'm okay with it. I realized I'm okay with it during this session. So I drew Sophie because she is a very fun lady to draw. And then I tried one, and then I was just sitting there like feeling miserable because I couldn't figure out ways to combine the emojis that came up. I was feeling really sorry for myself, and then I was like, what does it matter? Why does it matter if I need references to draw? I need references to draw. I'm okay with that. So I pulled up my favorite reference, and then that's when I would have painted this, or drew this, or created this. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I Melissa Martin need a reference. There, I said it. I stand by it. I'll stand behind it. On the 5th, I think this would have been with the new Light Wish oil pastels that I was gifted from the Light Wish company. And these are just pictures of flowers from Pinterest. And again, I had the background prepped in that really pretty green color, which I received actually from Lauren from Pugs of Instagram. So, yeah, but how nice are these? They're so pretty. So pretty. And of course I taped off the edges and whatnots. On the 6th, I joined, it was an arting party day. Arting Party, if you don't know, is a weekly live stream that I do here on YouTube, and every week we get together and draw different things. I usually have a spiel that I say with Arting Party, but that's okay. It's open to everybody and anybody, so come and join us. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday. And this week we partnered with Missy and Michelle, who run Featheruary on Instagram, and they've been running it, I think this was like their 4th or 5th year, maybe 6th or 7th year. They've been doing it for a long time. And so they provided the pictures that we drew, and it was just really fun. People dressed up as birds and things. A little break from actually drawing birds and just drawing really fun reference photos. And I used the Pilot parallel pen for these. Very lovely. I also did a thing in here. Oh, yes. We'll see more of this nonsense when we do a quick flip through of my self-portrait sketchbook. But what I was doing was trying to transfer the color from this page over here, which worked. Cool. Then we go to the 7th. And this is me really starting to get excited about the upcoming trip to Japan. And I was rusty on urban sketching, so I pulled up, I think this is, what is this? Oh, it's a window website where you can like click a button and then it shows a view from a window from anywhere in the world. This one was Toronto, which is convenient because that's where I'm located. And yeah, I got this new Zig calligraphy pen to take with me on the trip, which is very similar to the Pilot parallel pen, but it's not as juicy, but it's double-ended, so you get a thin chisel tip here, and then you get a wider chisel tip on this end. And so I was really happy to find that, and actually this is like one of the only things that I drew with that I used on the trip. But this is me just having a play with it. It's very nice. Is there more? No. On the 8th, this is me playing with materials that I was planning to see if I was trying to figure out what materials I wanted to pack to bring with me to Japan. I made a whole video, so if you want to see this mess happen, you're more than welcome to check that out if you haven't already. And then I will show you the final results of that endeavor, which is in... Yeah, so these are all of the supplies that I ended up taking. I did have here Neocolor 2s, a little selection, but then I ended up filling up this little wooden watercolor palette. And I didn't end up taking this Posca pen. However, what I did use mostly was the Zig calligraphy chisel tip and this little watercolor set, in addition to all of the supplies that I picked up in Japan while we were there. And this is my sketchbook. But I'm just gonna, I have some tape back here because these pages are really sensitive. Is that the word? That's not the word, but I'm just gonna tape that down. I did pick up this tape while I was there. It's very nice. I'm not going to show anything else that I did in the sketchbook in this video because I'm almost done filling it up. Look at how yummy. And I'm going to do a sketchbook tour of this one. So I'm going to save everything else that's in here. I hope that that's okay. But it's going to be a good sketchbook tour when this guy's ready. It was the 8th, wasn't it? What happened to the 9th? 9th might have been, I don't know. On the 10th, I joined, yes, on the 10th I joined Debbie Draws Funny. Oh, I know what I did. Okay, I worked on a painting, which we'll see next. I joined Debbie Draws Funny for her Weirdo Drawing Club, and Weirdo Drawing Club is a Zoom through Deb's Patreon. Okay. She has two that she does. She does Draw Weird Things and she does Weirdo Drawing Club. So this is one that happens through Debbie Draws Funny, Deb Tertio's Patreon, and it's on Zoom, and it's really fun and it's really silly, and the theme was Unhinged Valentines. Just very cute, very silly. Very creepy. Lovely. Yes. So on the 11th, and 10th, 9th, I think, because I didn't have anything to show for that. So I'm pretty sure I worked on this painting of Choo Choo for our friend Meg, who lives in Japan. And sadly, Choo Choo is no longer with us, but I painted this portrait of him for her and her family and was able to give it to her in person, which was really very special. And she actually sent me a picture of it up on her wall, and it's just, it's really sweet. And yeah, it was really fun working on all that white. It was really fun to paint, I can tell you that. On the 12th, I pulled up some reference photos. Does that all fit? Yes. I pulled up some reference photos from Beth Spencer at Introvert Drawing Club's Substack. She had collected, I don't know if it's from a drawing, I don't know if it was a drawing session or if she just had the references because she loves men and mustaches as much as I do. She loves drawing men with mustaches as much as I do. So I pulled up her references and had a play. I pre-painted the background first with some Shinhan Pass watercolor, the pink and the yellow, and then Deb Tertio sent me some Arctics acrylic markers. She found, because we both love the Sharpie creative markers so much, but the black runs out so quickly. So she found this set of black, I think there's like 4 or 6 black and then a couple of white, and so she shared with me some of those, and they're very nice. So thank you, Deb, and thank you, Beth, for the photo references. There I am. On the 13th of February, it was Art Hang Party Day, and our theme was Vintage Valentines. So last year, I found a book of like pop-out Valentine's cards, vintage. They were originally drawn in 1945, I think. And so last year we had a session, and then we did another session this year. So we have now officially drawn, I think, all of the Valentines from that book. And they are very cute. On Valentine's Day, Ray and I went out on a Valentine's date to Popper's, which is a pub that we used to go to when we first started hanging out. I took my sketchbook and I took the Zig calligraphy pen, and did some drawing while we were waiting for our dinner, for our lunch. We went for lunch. And then we went to the Art Gallery of Ontario, which was actually really super nice, to take him to one of my favorite places and walk around. There was an exhibit that he wanted to see. There's an exhibit on Canadian hip hop. So it was an easy thing to get him to go along. But while we were there, we went to the gift shop and I bought this book, 1000 Nudes, and I'm slowly making my way through drawing all of them. I actually haven't drawn any since we got back from vacation, but I need to because it's been really fun. And I'm sure I'm going to need to blur some things here. I will blur the more gratuitous bits and pieces. But I started, these are me starting to draw from the book. So I'm going to draw through all 1,000 of them. That's my goal. That's my goal. And I do think that we should have an art hang party after dark, where we draw some, but there's more. On the 16th, I joined Hippo Fate the Truck for another part of, maybe I either joined the live or I did the replay. It's kind of faint, but it was Animals of Winter. And I used a rainbow pencil. Yeah. I must have done this while she was live because I don't have very many done. On the 15th, on the 15th, I pre-recorded an art hang party session. This is the art hang party master study session that I had pre-recorded to cover off while I was on vacation. So I was away for 2 weeks, and this was the first session, and these were 20-minute master studies. So this one I had a pre-painted background, and I used Neocolor 2s. And yes, very nice. It was a throwback to when we were doing the art hang party pop-ups, which I promise we will get back to. The art hang party pop-up is a weekend one, so it was one Saturday a month where we spent 20 minutes per reference. So this was definitely a throwback of that, and there's a couple of master studies of that, I think. And yeah, just really fun. And I picked, as I was looking at the references, I noticed that the ones that were really calling out to me had the same color palette. So these all have the same colors in them, but they're very different styles. So very cool. And then, I don't know why. Okay, I also joined Char for Charlotte Hamilton, who is here on YouTube and on Substack. Had a live Zoom session drawing photos from her Oaxaca trip. So she was, I think it was in January or early February. Char went to Mexico with a group of people who joined her for her trip. She led it. It was like a Trova trip thing. And so we were drawing some pictures from her trip. And then this one was another drawing session. I think these were different days, but it feels like it was part of the same session. This is from San Miguel de Allende, also in Mexico. And Char went here after her Oaxaca portion of her trip was finished. And I also pre-recorded the other art hang party session that would air while I was on vacation, and the theme for that one was collage, which was really fun and different. So this is my grandma's garden, super psychedelic. These are in the wrong order, but we spent 20 minutes on each of these. I really enjoyed doing collage as a theme, so I think we'll do that again. If you agree. But yes, that was nice. I don't know where to put that. Okay. I also, on the 16th, did another nude using the black acrylic Artix marker. Anyway, okay. On, what's next? The 18th? On the 18th, what did we do? I drew some flowers that we had at home. Oh, yes. Okay, yes, I need to grab something. Actually, maybe I'll grab it. I used for these were drawn from life, from a bouquet of flowers that we had for Valentine's Day, using Kit Pass wax pastels. I think they're like brand pastels. I don't know. Anyway, very nice, very pretty. Let me grab that painting quick. This is a painting that I made, the flowers, the bouquet, and it's just like a little nod, a little personal still life that I put together, which was inspired by Alex Hayes Chapel. She had a video out on her channel where she did something very similar, kind of building a still life that represented her and her partner's relationship. Don't step on that. Yeah, so I thought that was a really lovely idea, and since we had just went out for Valentine's date and we had flowers in the house, I thought I would kind of build a still life around it. So this is a bottle of tequila that we got on one of our first trips to Mexico. That's us on the label. You know how they do those like cheesy things. The 1,000 Nudes book, Tokyo Swallows, or Yakult Swallows, little thing that we got from a gachapon last time we were in Japan. And yeah, it was just nice to paint. I love painting loose acrylic like this. It's very fun. I should do more. And then more nudes. That one's gonna need to be blurred. Because, you know, you pose nude with your dog all the time. This was on the 20th, but that's the last one in here. And I have like a whole bunch of pages prepped, and so whenever I have extra paint on my palette or anything, I'll, especially acrylic, I'll swipe it in these pages here. And it's very fun. Very fun to work over top of. The 20th was an art hang party day, the last one before vacation, and the theme for this one was urban sketching, which I selfishly chose because I wanted practice for the trip. So we did these based off of travel photos from my library, and I used the Zig calligraphy pen and watercolor. And also on the 20th, here's some more. These would have been the warm-ups for the session. No, maybe these, I don't know if they were warm-ups or not. We did play a fun time game It was a random time game that we played a couple of times. What do I have back here that I did earlier in the month? Oh, this is me first playing with the Zig calligraphy pen. Yep. Such good colors. Oh, my back order from Cretacolor Mega Colors finally arrived. So these are Cretacolor Mega Color pencils that are now part of my collection. I also did this on the 20th. I don't remember whose prompt that was from, but it's still from a fashion show. Relax, Bob. So on the 21st, I drew the very end of our bouquet of flowers over pre-painted background using super cheap paint sticks. Very fun playing with the layers and stuff. And that's all I've done in this sketchbook, except for, what is that? Oh yes, Smalt Blue Holbein Gouache. It's my new favorite color. But I did that just the other day, so I'm gonna close up that book and we are done looking at it for this session. And then I went to Japan. So if you want to catch up on all the happenings there, I have an art supply haul video where I show you everything that I bought while I was there, art supply wise. I also have a vlog where I share clips of our trip and things. Yeah, it's very, very good time. I also have a little flip through. Oh, I should include that here. But I also have a little flip through of drawing 100 people at the airport. Actually, I didn't quite do 100 people. I did that many people in the airport, this many people in the airport while waiting for planes and layovers and delays and things. And then I finished the rest at home. But I do have a flip through of this, so I will pop it up here. But yeah, that was cute. So then I think we jump to March the 10th. Oh wait, there's something in here from February 22nd. Guess what to say. Oh, my sister asked me if I could draw a single line drawing of her dearly departed dog. So I did that. This is Penelope. And she actually just got a tattoo. She used, I think she picked this one, but she used the outline of Penelope here, and then the tattoo artist did a more realistic face on her dog, because she wanted to like remember her actual features and stuff. But it was a fun exercise, and I'm glad that part of my work is forever on her little Penelope. Okay. So now we jump to March the 10th, where Charlotte Hamilton invited me to meet her at Union Station for a coffee. So we got together for an hour on March the 10th, Monday morning, and had a catch up, talked about our trips, drew some people who were sitting around us. Yeah, it was really nice. Char, we must do more often. On the 11th, I joined Char for a drawing session. Charlotte Hamilton and Samantha Dion Baker, they co-hosted it together. I will link everybody below, but I'm pretty sure you know who Samantha Dion Baker is. She's amazing. Yes, so we drew from photos from their trip to San Miguel. I'm just going to say San Miguel de Allende or something like that. Yeah, and I used some new Holbein cake colors that I brought back from Japan for this. And it was actually a really interesting way that they structured the session. So we had 3 blocks of 5 minutes in which to sketch each of our chosen references, and then we had another 5 minutes to lay down initial color, and then we had, or maybe it was 10 minutes, and then we had a 15-minute block to like finish up whatever needed finishing up. And it was actually it was a really good way of doing it, because then you had like your paint while you're working on the next one, your previous paint was drying and stuff. It was really nice. It was really good. On the 12th, I did some digital drawing of a Debbie Draws Funny Weirdo Drawing Club drawing session with Debbie Draws Funny in my digital sketchbook, which is just a sketchbook. So this little guy, I opened it up to the middle and I scanned it using my scanner, and then I cropped out the background and kind of like pushed up the color a little bit, got rid of the shadows. And then it's really fun to draw digitally on top of the sketchbook. It just makes it feel so much more real. Yeah, so this was fun. Okay, I closed that too soon. So Charlotta Hamilton, I talk about her a lot, does a morning live stream here on YouTube at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And her theme for the month of March is March Make a Difference, where she would pick somebody to paint, to do a portrait of every day. And she was doing Terry Fox on March the 13th. And I always sit there just drinking coffee, watching her on YouTube while I'm probably updating my Substack post for the week and whatever. But I decided that I could paint along with her. So what I do is I have YouTube open on half of my screen, and then I have Procreate here on this side, and then using the reference from Char's screen, so it's like really small and I can't get bogged down in the detail. I paint, and it's really fun, and I've done a couple of them. So I'll just show you all the ones that I've done while we're here. And I can put this away. This is Lila Downs. She's a Mexican singer who Char met while she was in Oaxaca, I think. And then the last one is Billie Eilish, which I went super bright with. And I think my favorite part are her pouty lips here. But yeah, it's really it's fun having like a really tiny reference, not being able to get bogged down in the details. On the 16th of March, Charlotta Hamilton. I'm doing a lot of drawing sessions with her. She had a celebration for her 5 years. I think it was like on Patreon. So she's been holding drawing sessions. She's had a membership of sorts for 5 years. So there's a big party celebration where everybody came together. That's part of her group, of which I am thankful to be part of, and drew from photos that they've drawn previously. And I cut up a big piece of drawing paper. I think it's like 18 by 24. I intended to make a zine, but my folding didn't work out, so I just cut it into strips. And used Neocolor 2s, which are actually really lovely on this paper. They're like extra buttery. So I might cut up some more of that paper because I still have a bunch of it. And it's cheap, so there's no pressure with it, but it's nice. I like it. The following day, I did a replay of Beth Spencer Introvert Drawing Club session, and the theme was something about a zoo. So I used Sumi ink, which I brought back from Japan, and a fluorescent pink solid paint marker and just had fun. Had a lot of fun. And so I had so much paint left out, like Sumi ink left out in my palette, that I had some pieces of paper cut up here that in my little art cart that I just had fun just being loose and silly. And that's Beth. So that was a fun day. I love Balzac. He's very goofy. I think there's something in this big boy. Yes, another Char drawing session. This one was with Sheila Randall, who is in Char's group. Curated some photos from a place called the Chicken Barn, which is just like a big flea market building, and so it was all like the little curiosities and things that she found there that we drew. And again, I did the same combination of the Sumi ink and the pink paint marker. I think I did this one first, actually. Yeah. What date was it? Okay. I didn't mark that one. Anyway, the 18th, I joined another Debbie Draws Funny Weirdo Drawing Club Zoom session, and her theme for this one was weird undersea creatures. And I used cheap paint sticks and a pencil. So no getting bogged down in details with these ones. It was really fun. Very playful. The 20th of March was Art Hang Party, spring theme, because we need to invoke spring as much as possible. For this session, we did the classic Art Hang Party timing, where we started at 2 minutes, and then we went to 5 minutes, and then we went to 7 minutes, and then we finished with 10 minutes. And I used Neocolor 2s. I did a practice love letter on the 22nd in preparation for the following week's Art Hang Party. So this is where you fold it up, and you can put like secret messages and stuff, but it was really fun to play with patterns and just have a play. This is long. This is long. This is long. It's not so bad. Okay. Let's look at here. So on the 22nd of March, I joined another Char drawing session where we drew all the cars in Mexico. From Char's photos. All the cars in Char's photos from Mexico. I use Neocolor 2s again. It's been a long time since I played with Neocolor 2s, and once I started, I feel like I couldn't stop. And I just had fun blocking in color, like working in just like blocks of color. Very minimal details. It was very fun. I think the first 3 were 5 minutes, and then the rest were 10 minutes. Check out Charlotte Hamilton here on YouTube, and then also Substack. And join some of her drawing sessions, because they really are very lovely. It's like sitting around a big table drawing with friends is what it feels like to me. All drawing sessions are lovely. I've been doing a lot of Chars lately. What else? What else do we have? I did get a camera on, I arrived on the 24th, and it has a printer in it. I have an unboxing video of this if you want to see it. It's very fun. But I've been taking a lot of pictures. So we'll see some when we do a little flip through of my self-portrait sketchbook at the end when we're done, but I'll just quickly you flip through. Just think it's like, it's so cool. Plants. I need to figure out a way to flatten these out though. More plant textures. Simon being goofy. Simon being goofy. Paint. Like, honestly, it costs nothing to print these. So taking pictures of like just random things is really nice. It's actually really good for checking your value on a painting. I guess I have to show you that. I have to show you Muffin. Like, I never want to have this camera out of reach. I just always want it attached to me. Forget having my phones beside me. I want this camera beside me. There's Simon and his drool. Do you see his drool right there? So silly. Pot. Yeah, I love this thing. It's only been a couple of days since I've had it, but I love it so much. I love it so much. Then it was Art Hang Party love letter session. So this is my official Art Hang Party love letter. Sticking with the strawberry theme because, as I mentioned, I need references. And if I don't have a reference, then I need to draw what I know. And I know how to draw a strawberry. So yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun to like experiment during the session. So the first part of the session, I tried to guide everybody through how to fold the love letter, and then we spent about 45 minutes decorating. So yeah, it was really nice. I'm all out of order here, but that's okay. On the 26th, I took myself on a little art date to the Art Gallery of Ontario after dropping off 8 rolls of film to get developed. So yes, I did some quick drawings there before heading to the art store after this to pick up the Smalt Blue. Beautiful. And I have a sketchbook tour of this on my channel that you can check out if you want to. On the 28th, I joined Beth Spencer for an introvert drawing club session where we drew Sesame Street photos. So she found these photos that are all in the public domain, which is really cool. And I did single line drawings using the Lamy Safari fountain pen and my three favorite watercolors, Gamboge Nova, Quinacridone Magenta, and Turquoise Blue from Holbein. And yeah, just really super silly single line drawings, except Big Bird is not single line. I just noticed that now, but I think Bert is my favorite right there. So fun. And then I was gonna say lastly, this is second to last, is another Char Zoom session. This one was actually, they're all really nice, but this one was particularly nice because it was remembering the time Jennifer Collieres came to Toronto earlier this year. And I was lucky enough to meet up with Char and Jennifer to visit the Art Gallery of Ontario with them. We had a nice time chatting and drawing. I made a video, which you can check out. That's the 3 of us there. It's me and Jennifer. Me and Jennifer. Today, I'll just show you this and then I can put this away. I joined Hippo Faith the Truck for a part of her live stream today. And I was cooking lunch at the same time as I was drawing, so I didn't spend nearly as much time on these references as her stream permitted, but it was nice. And then let me just grab the one and final thing. I painted a portrait of Muffin. Muffin sadly has left us. She's up playing with her old neighbor Dexter. We used to live across the hall from each other. So I painted this for my friend who is grieving. And I used it was actually kind of a color breakthrough for me. I was watching a Domestica class. I'll link it below. But the instructor was doing value studies using limited color palettes, and what did he say? He said you can use any colors that you want, as long as they fall within each other on the color wheel. And he didn't really explain what he meant, but then I had to figure it out. So I did some color swatching. I wanted to use smalt blue. For sure, I wanted to use smalt blue. So I wanted to see how it would mix with different reds and yellows. So this is the Shinhan Pass pink, super bright pink. And then this is a Winsor & Newton alizarin crimson, which is, believe it's a cool red. So a warm red and a cool red. And like these just make the nicest purples. So that was decided. And then the yellows, no matter what yellow you mix with smalt blue, it's just going to be beautiful. But I ended up, this yellow here is Shinhan Pass Spectrum Yellow, I think it's called. Nope, Permanent Yellow. So the way that I think working with colors within the color wheel, what it means is that you can mix anything around the color wheel, but you can't like go above the two colors. So I was focusing, I don't even know if this makes sense. I was focusing on like mainly the pink and the blue. So I would work within these colors. So I could mix pink with blue. I could mix blue with yellow, but I couldn't mix yellow with pink. Because if we look at a color wheel, do I have one here? Okay, I have a color wheel. Look at that, I have a color wheel. So between the colors on the color wheel, so I would be looking at this range of colors here, right? So I can mix yellow with blue, and I can mix the blue with the pink, but I can't mix the yellow with the pink. Now, if I wanted to pick another way to do it, say I wanted to focus like here, I could mix yellow with pink and work with oranges, and then I can mix pink with blue and work with purples, but then I wouldn't have green on my palette. I'm pretty sure that's what he was referring to. So this way, I just didn't have like the red and the orange to work with, but I had all of those other colors to work with. So that's what I did, and I just love the way that the colors are non-representational, but the values are there. Like if we look back at my little, Simon is rolling around on the floor like a bear. Right, I took a picture using my camera to so silly, to check the values, and the values are there, the values are right, and the colors are fun. So I'm gonna play with this more because I feel like it's a bit of a color breakthrough for me. Let me take a picture. You can see Simon being silly. Rolling around on the floor like a bear. You're goofy, man. So goofy. Yes, so I need to get that to my friend, but I really enjoyed painting Muffin and the color breakthrough. All right. That is everything that I made in February and March, with the exception of everything that I've made on my trip and about my trip. So, yeah. Let's do a flip through of my self-portraits. And then, okay, so where is February the 1st? Simon, leave it. I think this is one of my favorites. I caught up on all of these when we got back from the trip, from photos, mostly photos. This one's cute. Now we're home, smothered in pets. There's a recipe for a beet dip if anybody wants a yummy beet dip from my friend Trisha. Working the camera prints in to complete a head there. I think that's pretty cute. This is also something I've been working on. I've been working on a painting for Ray, but it's not done yet, so I'll show you that next month. And that's it. I did that one this morning using leftover paint from the muffin painting. Yeah, so that is everything that I made during February and March, with the exception of everything in here. So stay tuned for that. But as we do, I like to pick my favorites that I made this month. I really enjoy this here, the Moominator. there anything in here? Sesame Street's fun. Those are previous. We'll keep that open. Bert's pretty fun. I know, pretty sure it's gonna be Muffin. Or, actually, or this, that's nice. There was, oh yeah, sorry. My grandma's garden, I think, is definitely up there. This, that's nice. The collage is nice. Can't cover Bert. It doesn't fit, does it? Oh, maybe. Okay. All right. I think that's good, and maybe I'll do that just because it's fun. Yes. Cool. And then this is my favorite. Okay. Anyway, this is my favorite. Yeah, anyway. One of these days I'm going to learn how to close a video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me to review everything that I made during February and March. And thank you for making a lot of these things with me, for joining me for Arting Party, and it's always fun seeing you in other drawing sessions and things. And yeah, let me know how your February and March went creative work-wise and what the favorite thing that you made was, and if you have a favorite of what I made. I'm really excited to get the travel sketchbook done so that I can show you that, and also for me to relive it. And I'm really excited to get my film back from the developers. So I think I'm going to do a video just looking at everything. There's film there from our last trip to Japan, and there's film there from, like, I don't even know what will be on those rolls. So it's going to be exciting to look back at everything. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you very soon. Bye!